Hey guys, Italy Tiger 29 here, and today I just want to do hopefully a quick video and a good video on how to make a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and this can be for beginner or intermediate. I consider myself a little bit above average dueler. I'm not bad, and you know, building decks in my opinion is the most fun part of Yu-Gi-Oh, so yeah, let's start the video. Okay guys, so as you can see, we have a lot of stuff to go over, but I'll try to go through it fast. Alright, so basically when you start making a deck, obviously you have to find out what type of deck you are making. Okay? For example, there are so many different kinds of decks you can make. There's attributes such as light, dark, fire, earth, water, all that stuff. There's archetypes such as gladiator beasts and Dragoonides, and soon photons. So there's those kinds of decks too, and you know, there are decks even revolved around one card, like Stardust Assault Mode, all that kind of stuff. So you know, just find a deck. It doesn't matter if it's good, if it's top tier, whatever. Find a deck that you know you like, that fits your personality or style, okay? If you can't afford it, you know what, you save over time. It's better to save money and get a great deck that you love instead of a quick, easy, cheap deck that you dread dueling with. Alright, so I will be making a Photon deck when Photon Shockwave comes out, obviously. And the first thing I did was I went over all my cards, and I'm going to go through it really quick. I got all the cards I think right now that I had that would be good for a Photon deck. Got a lot of light monsters here. DD Sprite. But anyway, you know, just staple stuff that I had left over from my other decks that I wasn't using in those. And just, you know, random stuff. So, obviously I'm gonna estimate like, you know, 60 to 70% of these cards will not be used. Maybe more, you know, maybe 70 to 80 between that will not be used in my final deck. But you know, this is just a really, really rough layout. So, you know, just get cards that you think that you have right now that you don't have to buy. Just get cards that you have that would go well. And after you decide what deck you want, and you know, get cards that you have that would be good, this is what I do, okay? I get a regular sheet of paper, regular computer paper. You can see it's titled Photon Deck 2011. And I separate the cards I need into monsters, spells, traps, and extra deck. Also, I want to rephrase what I said. I said these are cards I need. No. This is basically my dream deck of a Photon deck right now. There's going to be, you know, if I like make this deck, of course I'm gonna have to tweak it and stuff. But you know, like the check marks are the cards I already have, and then other cards I don't have. Like I made a key here. If there's a highlighter mark next to a card name, that means it's in Photon Shockwave, and I will have to wait to get those. So you know, I would say like 85 to 90% of the cards in my deck are going to be from Photon Shockwave. But anyway. Basically, you need to see, out of all these cards, what cards am I going to trade for, what cards am I going to buy. You can see I have Rescue Rabbit on my list. Unless I'm the luckiest guy in the world, I'm not going to get a Rescue Rabbit out of my Photon Shockwave booster box. So I would have to probably buy one of them, because they'll probably be really expensive. But Alexandrite Dragon. That is the promo card that comes with the sneak peek of Photon Shockwave. So obviously that's going to be an easy find. Plus I think it's like, what, a super rare in the regular pack. So that's really easy, you know, to make. But you know, after you make this list, and after you decided obviously what deck you want, and you got your cards together, I'm not going to go into depth about what materials you should have, but obviously, you should not have, I hate when people do this, you should not have the same exact card protectors for your extra deck. that, you know, the same ones with these as with these. Okay, you can see I have nice gold Yu-Gi-Oh sized ones for my extra deck, and then I have these Majestic Star Dragon ones that I got 2009 for my main deck. Also, this will be in another video, but just a quick note, card protectors should last you 1 to 1.5 years. I've had these 2 years, so these are just placeholders for this extra deck. I'm gonna get new card protectors for this. But anyway, that's always a good idea when you get a new deck, get new card protectors with it, because these are all worn out, you know? But you know what? They're way more durable than people say they are. Next, you can see that, you might be wondering, why the heck does this nerd have his decks labeled? Okay, I find this really, really great. I'm one of those people that likes my decks labeled, just because, and it looks really neat and nice, doesn't it? I mean, so basically, there's like a little secret to this. So, if you have one of these, I'm not going to use it right now because I already have the photon thing on there, but basically you just turn it on. It's a labeling machine, by the way, and then, you know, you see photon, you press print, and there's paper in there, and it comes right out this slot, and then you scissor cut it, and bam, you have your little label. So what I do is I put this on, and you know, I noticed with my Dragunity deck that it was like peeling off after like 3 days. So what I did was, I don't know if you can see, but I took a clear piece of tape and put it over the label, and it looks, first of all, it looks really nice and neat and sleek and clean, and this doesn't peel off anymore. The tape does not peel off. And you know, and if you change your mind about what deck you want to make, it's so easy to take off both things. So anyway, that's how you start your deck, and I think once you get it going, you shouldn't need help, you know, getting cards you need and all that. But just make sure, if you make a list like this, make sure it's practical and that you can actually really get the cards that are on here. So anyway, that was my version, Illy Tiger 29's version of how you start to make a deck. Alright guys, thank you, and please subscribe. Later.